Iceland is known as a wonderful place, so many people want to visit, and many famous TV programs have visited there. Beautiful aura is well known, and even there are no mosquitoes. Seems wonderful, isn't it? But even in this country, there are many social issues exist, and today I'll talk about them. This is the table of contents. Iceland is an isolated place and all territory is surrounded by the sea. And its capital city is Reykjavik, and this is the national flag. Population is very small, about 340,000, and considering that Korea's population is 15 million, Korea's population is 15 times more larger than Icelanders. And the population density is 3.27% per kilometer, which is the lowest all around the world. And can you guess what this graph means? It is the territory of Iceland. 21% is only the land, and the remaining is lake, glaciers, and volcanoes. In this one, and the weather is quite cold and windy. And the most important one that it is one of the best countries to view the northern lights aurora. In this wonderful place, there are also the social issues. The first one is tourism. As I mentioned, Iceland is a very popular place, so many tourists are visiting, and the visitors are gradually rising. There are 4 problems because of tourism. The first is hotels. As many tourists are visiting, it means that a lot of new hotels are being built in the center of the city, Reykjavik. And so many inhabitants feel that if the city center is being the cluster of hotels, and there won't be any attractions left for locals and tourists. Also, some of these hotels are rising too fast and without giving much thought to their architectural beauty. Second is rising prices. With the tourism boom, the cost of living in Iceland is rising, and it is becoming more and more expensive for locals to live and travel in their own countries. The third one is natural pass and entry fees. Iceland is a small country with a small population. Traditionally, there haven't been any entrance fees to national parks or attractions. But with increased tourism, all of this is having to change, and the locals are getting angry because they have to pay fees. The last and the worst thing is vandalism. Vandalism means destroying nature or important national monuments. Icelanders are very proud and protective of their nature, but tourists are not. So it is important to be protective and be aware of every time. The second social issue is language disappearance. Young Icelanders in particular now spend such a large time of their lives in an almost entirely English digital world. Once outside the school, you did sports, learn on instruments, watch TV, or play with their friends, but now on phones, tablets, and computers. English may not be the enemy. Multilingualism is obviously a good thing, but this sheer weight and variety online are overwhelming, said Noah Stern, Iceland linguist. If these 2 problems are solved, Iceland will be a more powerful and wonderful place to live. Thank you for listening.